Now to toxic baby food. You'd think that baby food would be the safest, most regulated food to buy at the store, but that's not the case. Arsenic, lead, and cadmium, are just a few of the heavy toxic metals that you find inside most baby foods, most on shelves right now.
News4JAX consumer investigator Lauren Verno is joining us now. Lauren, this can be pretty scary for parents. I mean, is there anything being done to regulate this?
So, Jen, as a mom, how scary is this for you?
Oh, it's so frightening. My sister just had a baby. She's only 2 months old. In a couple months, she's going to start eating some baby food, and you worry if you don't have time to make it all at home, and it's hard.
And who really has time every single day to make it? I mean, we love it, but, you know, you're a working mom, you were a working dad. It's busy time. So, as for regulation, yeah, that's what they're pushing for. So the doctors I spoke to said there's no reason for parents to panic, but there's definitely a reason to be concerned. They say the scariest part of toxic metals inside baby food today is that these levels are actually significantly less than what was found even a few years ago. And they all agree we still have a long way to go.
Yeah. First-time mom Katie Messenger says it's confusing to figure out what's safe to feed her 11-month-old Tinsley.
It's pretty scary because I think a lot of moms rely on that pre-made stuff because, especially as a working mom, it's certainly easier to be able to grab something out of the pantry or the fridge that's pre-made and to know that, you know, now I have to be extra careful.
These heavy metals contaminate almost every baby food on our shelves.
Jane Houlihan is the National Director of Science and Health for Healthy Babies Bright Futures, a coalition of advocates whose goal is to reduce babies' exposures to neurotoxic chemicals.
What is your ultimate concern if these toxic metals are not taken out of the baby food and these companies don't cooperate?
Well, right now, babies are exposed every day, and the impacts are things like reduced IQ, higher incidence of ADHD, and these can persist through life.
Earlier this year, a report released by the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform revealed baby food brands like Happy Baby, Beech-Nut, Earth's Best, and Gerber all had products that contained arsenic, lead, and cadmium. Mercury was found in Happy Baby foods, but they're the only company who tested for it at all. 3 other companies, Walmart, Sprout, and Plum, were asked to provide the same information, but they did not release their data.
When you saw that report released by that council and committee a few months ago, what went through your head?
We knew about the problem. It's been known for about 10 years, but this report was eye-opening because they looked at the company's own test results. The good news is companies are testing, and some companies are choosing to take some of the products off the market if the levels are too high.
And after those results were made public, the Food and Drug Administration outlined a plan to limit the amount of heavy metals in baby food. But the FDA says that won't happen overnight. They plan to propose a limit for lead and arsenic by 2022 and cadmium and mercury by 2024. Some U.S. lawmakers want numbers set in stone, which is why they proposed a bill currently working its way through the House. But until that happens, Houlihan recommends parents make some easy swaps to limit those toxic metals.
Serving carrots and sweet potatoes less frequently, so mixing them up with other kinds of vegetables, and also just staying away from fruit juices and rice-based snacks is a really good idea. And with those simple changes, you can reduce your child's exposure by 70 or even 80%.
Houlihan recommends barley, oats, and other grains. For Tinsley, Mom Katie says her favorite is oatmeal.
I am aware that it's in a lot of products that we eat and that our babies eat, but just trying to minimize that as much as I can.
So it's not as much fear as just kind of being knowledgeable about it.
Right. I mean, I think it's unavoidable, really, but just trying to limit it.
And not feeling guilty when your baby has a pre-made snack.
Now, it is so important to note that these foods actually, when they're naturally produced, metals will grow, specifically those grains and sweet potatoes. The push, though, from the proposed legislation and from the FDA is to limit that amount that can go into these foods, especially in baby food, because those metals can have such a lasting impact on your child's brain development. Jen, Bruce?
Yeah, we hear about the risks of mercury all the time. Remember when that was going through with certain fish. So what about the organic baby foods? What? Oh, you're smiling.
I know,
don't
she's
But heavy
smiling.
metals in those as well?
Jen, you know me too well. When I start smiling, that's not a good thing. No, all of the tests, and that's what was so eye-opening, is in these foods, even the organic ones, they have these heavy metals. So organic baby food usually uses brown rice, and brown rice actually has more arsenic found in it than white rice. So sometimes the organic's not even the better choice.
Yeah, well, you think that brown rice is better for you than white rice, so you think you're doing the right thing.
You can never win. That's kind of what it
Feels
is.
like it.
Well, I think people think, you know, if it's labeled organic, it's healthier. No.
No, and it's so important also just to say, you know, they're saying that it's natural. We understand there's natural metals, but like there's no regulation.
Yeah. So there's a lot of information there.
A lot of information there, a lot. So, and again, I know there's a lot of information. So coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, I'm actually going shopping with a pediatrician. So I went with the doctor to the store and we go over what to look for on these labels. We found out what to pick, what to skip. That's coming up at 8:40 on The Morning Show.
Stick around.